Hey there guys, Katie from Idaho again. My topic today is simply put, never give up. I added on to the never give up, always work harder. That's how I was raised, that's how my parents taught me, and I think it's extremely important, and we need to be teaching our children a little bit more about it. My generation, the millennials, have lost their sense of work hard, work harder, work smarter. I think that everything we have these days is instantaneous. We've adapted to everything being available right now. If it's not available immediately, then it must not be worth it. And that's unfortunately how things are going. And I don't like it. And I think that it's something that needs to be talked about more. I think that we have adapted and we have just kind of dealt with it and said, oh, they're just kids, or, they are who they are, just like the boys will be boys thing. It's not acceptable, and it needs to be talked about. So I feel I am very equipped to talk about this, again, because this is my generation. This is a problem that my generation, I feel, maybe not started, but definitely continued. We have continued to make this something that is being ever more present and loud in our society. I grew up in a very small, low-income area. Well, it was small when I was growing up, but we had, like I'd mentioned in my statement before, we had a 900 square foot house. We had a good, nice yard, so we were always out, but there was 5 of us in a really small place. And Dad worked at an auto parts store. Mom was a receptionist. We didn't make a whole lot of money, but we had a great childhood. We were taught really strong morals. We were taught to always think of a solution. If there's a problem, there's a solution. You always work hard, and we're not going to give you anything. Nothing was ever handed to us, mainly because they couldn't. But even if we had money, they always told us that wouldn't be something that would just be handed. When I was in 5th grade, my father decided that he wanted to go back to school. He'd been working in the automotive industry for about 30 years. He was fantastic at it. He did great. Made a little over minimum wage, but, loved his job, and that's all that mattered for him. He decided he wanted to go back, drop his job completely, go back to school full time in Seattle, which was about 45 minutes from the house. We only had the one car, and we had to live on Mom's income. I don't recall. I just know it wasn't a lot. It was really tough times. It was a struggle, and I know that my parents made sure that we learned it was extremely important to don't give up. It's going to be hard, and it was, we get hungry and we get frustrated, and bills get behind, but having that sense of knowing you had to do it, there's just no other way, it's not going to be handed to you, is extremely important to have. And I think that in today's world, that's not something that is it's not well known. It's not a given as it should be. So I know that I am making sure with my son, who is 11 years old, that I am teaching him how important it is that I'm not going to give you everything in the world. I may be able to, but I'm not going to. You need to work hard. You need to show everyone that you're smart by using your brain. And being a YouTube star just that's not a forever career. That college is important, and you have to work hard for what you have. And my husband and I have made sure we've shown him that. And I think it's really important. I really appreciate you guys listening, and I look forward to hearing about everyone else's topics.